Act 1 of The London Prodigal by William Shakespeare. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Dramatis Personae.
Mr. Flowerdale, Sr., a merchant trading at Venice. Read by Rick Cordray.
Matthew Flowerdale, his prodigal son. Read by Greg Giordano.
Mr. Flowerdale, Jr., brother to the merchant. Read by Todd.
Sir Lancelot Spurcock of Lewsham in Kent. Read by Ron Altman.
Frances, daughter to Sir Lancelot Spurcock. Read by Therese Lindholm.
Lucy, daughter to Sir Lancelot Spurlock. Read by Anna Maria.
Delia, daughter to Sir Lancelot Spurcock. Read by Sonia.
Daffodil, servant to Sir Lancelot Spurcock. Read by Jen Broda.
Artichoke,
servant to Lord Lancelot Spurcock.
Read by Bethany Baldwin.
Acts 1 and 2, and
read by Vocal Penguin.
Acts 4 and 5.
Sir Arthur Greenshoed, a commander in love with Lucy. Read by Dove Medinitz.
Oliver, a Devonshire clothier in love with Lucy. Read by Mike Manolakis.
Weathercock, a parasite to Sir Lancelot Spurcock. Read by Alan Mapstone.
Tom Sivet, in love with Frances. Read by Thomas Peter.
Ralph or Rafe, a cheating gamester. Read by Scott.
Ruffian, a pander to Mistress Apricot, a bard. Read by Thomas Peter.
Citizen, read by Moon Lilith.
Citizen's Wife, read by Yu Qing.
Drawer, read by Moon Lilith.
Soldier, read by Thomas Peter.
Stage directions, read by Jim Hedrick. The Scene, London, and parts adjacent. Act 1, Scene 1, London, a room in Flowerdale Jr.'s house. Enter old Flowerdale and his brother.
Brother, from Venice, being thus disguised, I come to prove the humours of my son. How hath he borne himself since my departure, I leaving you his patron and his guide?
"'Faith, brother, so, as you will grieve to hear, and I almost ashamed to report it."
"Why, how is't, brother? What, doth he spend beyond the allowance I left him?"
"How? Beyond that? And far more. Why, your exhibition is nothing. He has spent that, and hath since borrowed, protested with oaths, alleged kindred to wring money from me. By the love I bore his father, by the fortunes might fall upon himself to furnish his wants. That done, I have had since his bond, his friend and his friend's bond. Although I know what he spends is yours, still it grieves me to see the unbridled wildness that reigns over him."
"Brother, what is the manner of his life? How is the name of his offences? If they do not relish altogether of damnation, his youth may privilege his wantonness. I myself ran an unbridled course till 30, nay, almost till 40. Well, you see how I am. For vice, once looked into with the eyes of discretion, and well balanced with the weights of reason, the course past seems so abominable that the landlord of himself, which is the heart of the body, will rather entomb himself in the earth, or seek a new tenant to remain in him. Which, once settled, how much better are they that in their youth have known all these vices and left it, than those that knew little, and in their age runs into it? Believe me, brother, they that die most virtuous hath in their youth lived most vicious, and none knows the danger of the fire more than he that falls into it. But say, how is the course of his life? Let's hear his particulars.
Well, I'll tell you, brother. He is a continual swearer and a breaker of his oaths, which is bad.
I grant indeed that to swear is bad, but not in keeping those oaths is better. For who will set by a bad thing? Nay, by my faith, I hold this rather a virtue than a vice. Well, I pray, proceed.
He is a mighty brawler, and comes commonly by the worst.
By my faith, this is none of the worst neither, for if he brawl and be beaten for it, it will in time make him shun it. For what brings a man or child more to virtue than correction? What reigns over him else?
He is a great drinker, and one that will forget himself.
Oh, best of all! Vice should be forgotten. Let him drink on, so he drink not churches. Nay, and this be the worst, I hold it rather a happiness in him than any iniquity. Hath he any more attendants?
Brother, he is one that will borrow of any man.
Why, you see, so doth the sea. It borrows of all the small currents in the world to increase himself.
Ay, but the sea pales it again, and so will never your son.
No more would the sea neither, if it were as dry as my son.
Then, brother, I see you rather like these vices in your son than any way condemn them.
Nay, mistake me not, brother, for though I slur over them now, as things slight and nothing, his crimes being in the bud, it would gall my heart they should ever reign in him.
Flowerdale knocks within.
Ho! Who's within? Ho!
That's your son. He has come to borrow more money.
For God's sake, give it out, I am dead. See how he'll take it. Say I have brought you news from his father. I have here drawn a formal will, as it were from myself, which I'll deliver him.
Go to, brother, no more, I will.
Flowerdale within.
Uncle, where are you, uncle?
Let my cousin in there.
I am a sailor come from Venice, and my name is Christopher.
Enter Flowerdale.
By the Lord, in truth, uncle.
In truth would be served, cousin, without the Lord.
By your leave, uncle, the Lord is the Lord of truth. A couple of rascals at the gate set upon me for my purse.
You never come, but you bring a brawl in your mouth.
By my truth, uncle, you must needs lend me £10.
Give my cousin some small beer here.
Nay, look you turn it to a jest now. By this light I should ride to Croydon Fair, to meet Sir Lancelot Spurcock. I should have his daughter Lucy, and for scurvy £10, a man shall lose 960 and odd pounds, and a daily friend beside. By his hand, uncle, 'tis true.
Why, anything is true for aught I know.
To see now, why, you shall have my bond, uncle, or Tom White's, Jim Brock's, or Nick Hall's, as good rapier and daggerman as any be in England. Let's be damned if we do not pay you. The worst of us all will not damn ourselves for £10. A pox of £10.
Cousin, this is not the first time I have believed you.
Why, trust me now, you know not what may fall. If one thing but were true, I would not greatly care. I should not need £10. But when a man cannot be believed, there's it.
Why, what is it, cousin?
Marry this, uncle. Can you tell me if the Catern you be come home or no?
Ay, marry, is't.
By God, I thank you for that news. What, is't in the pool? Can you tell?
It is. What of that?
What? Why, then I have 6 pieces of velvet sent me. I'll give you a piece, uncle. For thus said the letter, a piece of ash color, a 3-piled black, a color de roy, a crimson, a sad green, and a purple. Yes, in faith.
From whom should you receive this?
From who? Why, from my father, with commendations to you, uncle. And thus he writes, I know, said he, thou hast much troubled thy kind uncle, whom God willing at my return I will see amply satisfied. Amply, I remember was the very word, so God help me.
Have you the letter here?
Yes, I have the letter here. Here is the letter. No. Yes. No. Let me see. What breeches wore I a Saturday? Let me see. A Tuesday my Salamanca. A Wednesday my peach color satin. A Thursday my velour. A Friday my Salamanca again. A Saturday. Let me see. A Saturday. For in those breeches I wore a Saturday is the letter. Oh, my riding breeches, uncle, those that you thought been velvet, in those very breeches is the letter.
When should it be dated?
Marry, decimo tertio Septembris. No, the decimo tertio Octobris. Aye, Octobris, so it is.
Decimo tertio Octobris? And here I receive a letter that your father died in June. How say you, Kister?
Yes, truly, sir, your father is dead. These hands of mine helped to wind him.
Dead?
Aye, sir, dead.
S'blood! How should my father come dead?
I faith, sir, according to the old proverb, the child was born and cried, became man, after fell sick, and died.
Nay, cousin, do not take it so heavily.
Nay, I cannot weep you extempore. Marry, some 2 or 3 days hence, I shall weep without any stincence. But I hope he died in good memory.
Very well, sir, and set down everything in good order. And the Catherine and Hugh you talked of, I came over in, and I saw all the bills of lading, and the velvet that you talked of, there's no such aboard.
By God, I assure you, then, there is knavery abroad.
I'll be sworn of that. There's knavery abroad, although there never were a piece of velvet in Venice.
I hope he died in good estate.
To the report of the world he did, and made his will, of which I am an unworthy bearer.
His will? Have you his will?
Yes, sir, and in the presence of your uncle I was willed to deliver it.
I hope, cousin, now God hath blessed you with wealth, you will not be unmindful of me.
I'll do reason, uncle. Yea, faith, I take the denial of this £10 very hardly.
Nay, I denied you not.
By God, you denied me directly.
I'll be judged by this good fellow.
Not directly, sir.
Why, he said he would lend me none, and they want to be a direct denial, if the old phrase hold. Well, uncle, come, we'll fall to the legacies.
Reads,
In the name of God, amen. Item, I bequeath to my brother Flowerdale £300 to pay such trivial debts as I owe in London. Item, to my son, Matt Flowerdale, I bequeath 2 bale of false dice. Be the licet high men and low men, Fulhams, stop cater trays, and other bones of function. Sblood, what doth he mean by this?
Proceed, cousin.
These precepts I leave him. Let him borrow of his oath, for of his word nobody will trust him. Let him by no means marry an honest woman, for the other will keep herself. Let him steal as much as he can, that a guilty conscience may bring him to his destinate repentance. I think he means hanging. And this were his last will and testament? The devil stood laughing at his bed's feet while he made it? Sblood, what doth he think to fop of his posterity with paradoxes?
This he made, sir, with his own hands.
Ay, well, nay, come, good uncle, let me have this £10. Imagine you have lost it, or been robbed of it, or misreckoned yourself so much, any way to make it come easily off, good uncle.
Not a penny.
Faith, lend it to him, sir. I myself have an estate in the city worth £20. All that I'll engage for him. He saith it concerns him in a marriage.
Ay, marry, it doth. This is a fellow of some sense, this. Come, good uncle.
Will you give your word for it, Kester?
I will, sir, willingly.
Well, cousin, come to me some hour hence. You shall have it ready.
Shall I not fail?
You shall not come or send.
Nay, I'll come myself.
By my troth, would I were your worship's man.
What, wouldst thou serve?
Very willingly, sir.
Why, I'll tell thee what thou shalt do. Thou sayest thou hast £20. Go into Birchen Lane, put thyself into clothes. Thou shalt ride with me to Croydon Fair.
I thank you, sir. I will attend you.
Well, uncle, you will not fail me in an hour hence?
I will not, cousin.
What's thy name? Kester?
Aye, sir.
Well, provide thyself, uncle. Farewell till anon.
Exit Flowerdale.
Brother, how do you like your son?
Faith, brother, like a mad unbridled colt, or as a hawk that never stooped to lure. The one must be tamed with an iron bit, the other must be watched, or still she is wild. Such is my son. A while let him be so, for counsel still is folly's deadly foe. I'll serve his youth, for youth must have his course, for being restrained it makes him 10 times worse. His pride, his riot, all that may be named, time may recall, and all his madness tamed.
Exeunt. Scene 2. The High Street in Croydon, an inn appearing with an open drinking booth before it. Enter Sir Lancelot, Master Weathercock, Daffodil, Artichoke, Lucy, and Francis.
Sirrah Artichoke, get you home before, and as you proved yourself a calf in buying, drive home your fellow calves that you have bought.
Yes, forsooth. Shall not my fellow Daffodil go along with me?
No, sir, no. I must have one to wait on me.
Daffodil, farewell, good fellow Daffodil. You may see, mistress, I am set up by the halves. Instead of waiting on you, I am sent to drive home calves.
I' faith, Francis, I must turn away this Daffodil. He's grown a very foolish, saucy fellow.
Indeed, law, father. He was so since I had him, before he was wise enough for a foolish serving man.
But what say you to me, Sir Lancelot?
Oh, about my daughters? Well, I will go forward. Here's 2 of them, God save them. But the third, oh, she's a stranger in her course of life. She hath refused you, Master Weathercock.
Ay, by the rood, Sir Lancelot, that she hath. But had she tried me, she should have found a man of me indeed.
Nay, be not angry, sir, at her denial. She hath refused 7 of the worshipfullest and worthiest housekeepers this day in Kent. Indeed, she will not marry, I suppose.
A more fool she.
What, is it folly to love chastity?
No, mistake me not, Sir Lancelot, but 'tis an old proverb, and you know it well, that women dying maids lead apes in hell.
That's a foolish proverb, and a false.
By the mass I think it be, and therefore let it go. But who shall marry with Mistress Frances?
By my troth, they are talking of marrying me, sister.
Peace, let them talk. Fools may have leave to prattle as they walk.
Synthesis still, sweet mistress. You have a wit, and it were your alabaster.
I' faith, thy tongue trips Trenchmore.
No, of my knighthood not a suitor yet. Alas, God help her, silly girl, a fool, a very fool. But there's the other black brows, a shrewd girlie. She hath wit at will, and suitors 2 or 3. Sir Arthur Greenshield one, a gallant knight, a valiant soldier, but his power but poor. Then there's young Oliver, the Devonshire lad, a wary fellow, merry, full of wit, and rich by the rood. But there's a third, all air, light as a feather, changing as the wind, young Flowerdale.
Oh, he, sir, he's a desperate dick indeed. Bar him your house.
Fie, not so, he's of good parentage.
By my faith, and so he is, and a proper man.
Ay, proper enough, had he good qualities.
Ay, marry, there's the point, Sir Lancelot, for there's an old saying, be he rich, or be he poor, be he high, or be he low, be he born in barn or hole, 'tis manners makes the man and all.
You are in the right, Master Weathercock.
Enter Monsieur Civet.
Soul, I think I am share-crossed, or witched with an owl. I have hunted them in after in, booth after booth, yet cannot find them. Ha! Yonder they are. That's she. I hope to God 'tis she. Nay, I know 'tis she now, for she treads her shoe a little awry.
Where is this inn? We are past it, Daffodil.
The good sign is here, sir, but the back gate is before.
Say you, sir, I pray, may I borrow a piece of a word with you?
No pieces, sir.
Why then the whole? I pray, sir, what may yonder gentlewoman be?
They may be ladies, sir, if the destinies and mortalities work.
What's her name, sir?
Mistress Frances Spurcock, Sir Lancelot Spurcock's daughter.
Is she a maid, sir?
You may ask Pluto and Dame Proserpine that. I would be loath to be riddled, sir.
Is she married, I mean, sir?
The fates know yet what shoemaker shall make her wedding shoes.
I pray, where in you, sir? I would be very glad to bestow the wine of that gentlewoman.
At the George, sir.
God save you, sir.
I pray your name, sir.
My name is Master Civet, sir.
A sweet name. God be with you, good Master Civet.
Exit Civet.
Ay, have we spied you, stout Sir George? For all your dragon, you had best sells good wine that needs no Yule bush. Well, we'll not sit by it as you do on your horse. This room shall serve. Drawer, let me have sack for us old men. For these girls and knaves, small wines are best. A pint of sack, no more.
A quart of sack in the 3 tons?
A pint, draw but a pint. Daffodil, call for wine to make yourselves drink.
And a cup of small beer, and a cake, good Daffodil.
Enter young Flowerdale.
How now? Fie! Sit in the open room? Now, good sir, Lancelot and my kind friend, worshipful master Weathercock. What, at your pint? A quart for shame.
Nay, Royster, by your leave we will away.
Come, give some music. We'll go dance. Begone, Sir Lancelot. What, and fair day too?
'Twere foully done to dance within the fair.
Nay, if you say so, fairest of all fairs, then I'll not dance. A pox upon my tailor, he hath spoiled me a peach-colour satin shirt, cut upon cloth of silver. But if ever the rascal serve me such another trick, I'll give him leave, in faith, to put me in the calendar of fools. And you, Sir Lancelot, and Master Weathercock, my goldsmith too, on t'other side. I bespoke thee, Lucy, a carcanet of gold, and thought thou shouldst a had it for a faring, and the rogue puts me in rearages for orient pearl. But thou shalt have it by Sunday night, wench.
Enter the drawer.
Sir, here is one hath sent you a portal of Rhenish wine, brewed with rosewater.
To me?
No, sir, to the knight, and desires his more acquaintance.
To me? What's he that proves so kind?
I have a trick to know his name, sir. He hath a month's mind here to Mistress Frances. His name is Master Civet.
Call him in, Daffodil.
Oh, I know him, sir. He is a fool, but reasonable rich. His father was one of those lease-mongers, these corn-mongers, these money-mongers, but he never had the wit to be a whoremonger.
Enter Master Civet.
I promise you, sir, you are at too much charge.
The charge is small charge, sir. I thank God my father left me wherewithal. If it please you, sir, I have a great mind to this gentlewoman here, in the way of marriage.
I thank you, sir. Please you come to Lewsome, to my poor house. You shall be kindly welcome. I knew your father. He was a wary husband. To pail here, drawer.
All is paid, sir. This gentleman hath paid all.
Faith, you do us wrong, but we shall live to make amends ere long. Master Flowerdale, is that your man?
Yes, faith, a good old knave.
Nay, then, I think you will turn wise, now you take such a servant. Come, you'll ride with us to Lewsome. Let's away. 'Tis scarce 2 hours to the end of day.
Exit Omnes. End of Act 1. Act 2 of The London Prodigal by William Shakespeare. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Act 2. Scene 1. A road near Sir Lancelot Spurcock's house in Kent. Enter Sir Arthur Greenshood, Oliver, Lieutenant, and soldiers.
Lieutenant, lead your soldiers to the ships. There let them have their coats. At their arrival they shall have their pay. Farewell. Look to your charge.
Aye, we are no sent away, and cannot so much as speak with our friends.
No, man. What, ere you used of such a fashion? Think you cannot take your leave of your friends?
Fellow, no more. Lieutenant, lead them off.
Well, if I have not my pay in my clothes, I'll venture a running away, though I hang for't.
Away, sirrah. Charm your tongue.
Exit Soldiers.
Been you a presser, sir?
I am a commander, sir, under the king.
's footman, and you be near such a commander. Should have spoke with my friends before I should have gone, so should.
Content yourself, man. My authority will reach to press so good a man as you.
Press me? I do ye, press scoundrels, and thy messels. Press me? She scorns thee, i' faith. For cease thee, here's a worshipful knight, knows cham not to be pressed by thee.
Enter Sir Lancelot, Weathercock, young Flowerdale, old Flowerdale, Lucy, Francis.
Sir Arthur, welcome to Lewsome, welcome by my troth. What's the matter, man? Why are you vexed?
Why, man, he would press me.
Oh, fie, Sir Arthur, press him? He is a man of reckoning.
Ay, that he is, Sir Arthur. He hath the nobles, the golden ruddocks, he.
The fitter for the wars. And were he not in favour with your worships, he should see that I have power to press so good as he.
Chill stand to the trial, so chill.
Ay, marry, shall he press cloth and carsey, white pot and drowsin broth? Tut tut, he cannot.
Well, sir, though you see vlouten cloth and carsey, she has seen such a carsey coat wear out the town sick a silken jacket, as thick a one you wear.
Well said, Vletan.
Aye, and well said, Cocknell, and Bobel too. What, dost think jam aveared of thy silken coat? Never fear thee.
Nay, come no more, be all lovers and friends.
Ay, 'tis best so, good Master Oliver.
Is your name Master Oliver, I pray you?
What tit and be tit, and grieve you?
No, but I'd gladly know if a man might not have a foolish plot out of Master Oliver to work upon.
Work thy plots upon me? Stand aside. Work thy foolish plots upon me? Chill so used thee. Thou wilt never so used since thy dame bound thy head. Work upon me?
Let him come, let him come.
Zara, if it were not for shame, she would have given thee such a wisterpoop under the ear, she would have made thee a vanged and other at my feet. Stand aside, let me loose. Jam all of a flaming firebrand. Stand aside.
Well, I forbear you for your friend's sake.
A vig for all my friends. Dost thou tell me of my friends?
No more, good Master Oliver, no more, Sir Arthur. And, maiden, here in the sight of all your suitors, every man of worth, I'll tell you, whom I fainest would prefer to the hard bargain of your marriage bed. Shall I be plain among you gentlemen?
Ay, sir, 'tis best.
Then, sir, first to you. I do confess you a most gallant knight, a worthy soldier, and an honest man. But honesty maintains not a Frenchhood, goes very seldom in a chain of gold, keeps a small train of servants, hath few friends. And for this wild oats here, young Flowerdale, I will not judge. God can work miracles. But he were better make 100 new than thee a thrifty and an honest one.
Believe me, he hath bit you there. He hath touched you to the quick. That hath he.
Woodcock o' my side. Why, Master Weathercock, you know I am honest, however trifles.
Now, by my troth, I know no otherwise. Oh, your old mother was a dame indeed. Heaven hath her soul, and my wives too, I trust. And your good father, honest gentleman, he has gone a journey, as I hear, far hence.
Ay, God be praised, he is far enough. He is gone a pilgrimage to paradise, and left me to cut a caper against care. Lucy, Look on me that am as light as air.
I'faith, I like not shadows, bubbles, breath. I hate a light o' love, as I hate death.
Girl, hold thee there. Look on this Devonshire lad. Fat, fair, and lovely, both in purse and in person.
Well, Sir Cham, as the Lord hath made me. You know me well, you yine. Ja have 60 pack of courtesy, and blackum hal, and chief credit beside, and my fortunes may be so good as another's, so it may.
Lucy, aside to Arthur.
'Tis you I love, whatsoever others say.
Thanks, fairest.
Flowerdale, aside to Father.
What? Wouldst thou have me quarrel with them?
Do but say he shall hear from you.
Yet, gentlemen, howsoever I prefer this Devonshire suitor, I'll enforce no love. My daughter shall have liberty to choose whom she likes best. In your love suit proceed, not all of you, but only one must speed.
You have said well, indeed, right well.
Enter Artichoke.
Mistress, here's one would speak with you. My fellow Daffodil hath him in the cellar already. He knows him, he met him at Croydon Fair.
Oh, I remember, a little man.
Ay, a very little man.
And yet a proper man.
A very proper, very little man.
His name is Monsieur Civet.
The same, sir.
Come, gentlemen, if other suitors come, my foolish daughter will be fitted too. But Delia, my saint, no man dare move.
Exeunt all but young Flowerdale and Oliver, and old Flowerdale.
Hark you, sir, a word.
What han you to say to me now?
Ye shall hear from me, and that very shortly.
Is that all? Very well. Ye wear thee not a wig.
Exit Oliver.
What if he should come now? I am fairly dressed.
I do not mean that you shall meet with him, but presently we'll go and draw a will, where we'll set down land that we never saw, and we will have it of so large a sum Sir Launcelot shall entreat you to take his daughter. This being formed, give it Master Weathercock, and make Sir Launcelot's daughter heir of all, and make him swear never to show the will to anyone until that you be dead. This done, the foolish changing Weathercock will straight discourse unto Sir Launcelot the form and tenor of your testament, nor stand to pause of it, be ruled by me. What will ensue, that shall you quickly see.
Come, let's about it. If that a will, sweet Kit, can get the wench, I shall renown thy wit.
Exit Omnes. Scene 2. A room in Sir Launcelot's house. Enter Daffodil.
Mistress, still froward? No kind looks unto your daffodil, now by the gods.
Away, you foolish knave, let my hand go.
There is your hand, but this shall go with me. My heart is thine. This is my true love's fee.
I'll have your coat stripped o'er your ears for this, you saucy rascal.
Enter Launcelot and Weathercock.
How now, maid? What is the news with you?
Your man is something saucy.
Exit Lucy.
Go to Sirrah. I'll talk with you anon.
Sir, I am a man to be talked withal. I am no horse, I trow. I know my strength, then no more than so.
Ay, by the Matkins, good Sir Launcelot, I saw him the other day hold up the bucklers like an Hercules. Faith, God a mercy, lad, I like thee well.
Aye, I like him well. Go, Sirrah, fetch me a cup of wine, that ere I part with Master Weathercock, we may drink down our farewell in French wine.
I thank you, sir. I thank you, friendly knight. I'll come and visit you, by the mousefoot I will. In the meantime, take heed of cutting Flowerdale. He is a desperate dick, I warrant you.
He is. Fill, Daffodil, fill me some wine. Ha! What wears he on his arm? My daughter Lucy's bracelet. Aye, 'tis the same. Ha! To you, Master Weathercock.
I thank you, sir. Here, Daffodil, an honest fellow and a tall thou art. Well, I'll take my leave, good night, and hope to have you and all your daughters at my poor house. In good sooth I must.
Thanks, Master Weathercock. I shall be bold to trouble you, be sure.
And welcome heartily. Farewell.
Exit Weathercock.
Sirrah, I saw my daughter's wrong, and withal her bracelet on your arm. Off with it, and with it my livery too. Have I care to see my daughter matched with men of worship? And are you grown so bold? Go, sirrah, from my house, or I'll whip you hence.
I'll not be whipped, sir. There's your livery. This is a serving man's reward. What care I? I have means to trust. I scorn service, I.
Exit Daffodil.
Aye, a lusty knave, but I must let him go. Our servants must be taught what they should know.
Exit. Scene 3. The same. Enter Sir Arthur and Lucy.
Sir, as I am a maid, I do affect you above any suitor that I have, although that soldiers scarce know how to love.
I am a soldier and a gentleman, knows what belongs to war, what to a lady. What man offends me, that my sword shall right. What woman loves me, I am her faithful knight.
I neither doubt your valor nor your love, but there be some that bears a soldier's form, that swears by him they never think upon, goes swaggering up and down from house to house, crying God, peace, and—
In faith, lady, I'll descry you such a man. Of them there be many which you have spoke of, that bear the name and shape of soldiers, yet God knows very seldom saw the war. That haunt your taverns and your ordinaries, your alehouses sometimes, for all alike, uphold the brutish humour of their minds, being marked down for the bondsmen of despair. Their mirth begins in wine, but ends in blood. Their drink is clear, but their conceits are mud.
Yet these are great gentlemen soldiers.
No, they are wretched slaves, whose desperate lives doth bring them timeless graves.
Both for yourself and for your form of life, if I may choose, I'll be a soldier's wife.
Exeunt. Scene 4. The same. Enter Sir Lancelot and Oliver.
And I trust to it, so then.
Assure yourself, you shall be married with all speed we may. One day shall serve for Francis and for Lucy.
Why ye would then know the time for providing wedding raiments?
Why, no more but this. First get your assurance made, touching my daughter's jointer. That dispatched, we will in 2 days make provision.
Why, man, she'll have the writings made by tomorrow.
Tomorrow be it, then. Let's meet at the King's Head in Fish Street.
No, fine man, no. Let's meet at the Rose at Temple Bar. That will be near your counselor and mine.
At the Rose be it, then, the hour 9. He that comes last forfeits a pint of wine.
A pint is no payment. Let it be a whole quarter nothing.
Enter Artichoke.
Master, here is a man would speak with Master Oliver. He comes from young Master Flowerdale.
Why, she'll speak with him. She'll speak with him.
Nay, son Oliver, I'll surely see what young Flowerdale hath sent to you. I pray God it be no quarrel.
Why, man, if he quarrel with me, she'll give him his hands full.
Enter Old Flowerdale.
God save you, good Sir Lancelot.
Welcome, honest friend.
To you and yours my master wishes health. But unto you, sir, this, and this he sends. There is the length, sir, of his rapier, and in that paper shall you know his mind.
Here, chill meet him, my friend, chill meet him.
Meet him? You shall not meet the ruffian, fie.
And I do not meet him, chill give you leave to call me cut. Where is't, sirrah, where is't?
The letter shows both the time and place, and if you be a man, then keep your word.
Sir, he shall not keep his word, he shall not meet.
Why, let him choose. He'll be the better known for a base rascal, and reputed so.
Sirrah, and 'twere not an old fellow, and sent after an errant. I'd give thee something, but 'twould be no money. But hold thee, for I see thou art somewhat testorn. Hold thee, there's 40 shillings. Bring thy master a vield, she'll give thee 40 more. Look thou bring him. She'll maul him, tell him. She'll mar his dancing trestles. She'll use him. He was ne'er so used since his dam bound his head. She'll make him for capering any more, chivor thee.
You seem a man, stout and resolute, and I will so report whate'er befall.
And fall out ill, assure your master this, I'll make him fly the land, or use him worse.
My master, sir, deserves not this of you, and that you'll shortly find.
Thy master is an unthrift, you a knave, and I'll attach you first, next clap him up, or have him bound unto his good behaviour.
I would you were a sprite, if you do him any harm for this, and if you do, she'll ne'er see you, nor any of yours. What, she'll have eyes open? What do you think? She'll be a baffled up and down the town for a messel and a scoundrel? No, try for yous. Sirrah, shall come, say no more, shall come, tell him.
Well, sir, my master deserves not this of you, and that you'll shortly find.
Exit.
No matter, he's an unthrift, I defy him. Now, gentle son, let me know the place.
No, chive you.
Let me see the note.
Nay, she'll watch you for such a trick. But if she meet him, zo. If not, zo. She'll make him know me, or she'll know why I shall not. She'll veer the worse.
What? Will you then neglect my daughter's love? Venture your state and hers for a loose brawl?
Why, man, she'll not kill him. Marry, she'll vease him too, and again. And so God be with you, father. What, man? We shall meet tomorrow.
Exit.
Who would have thought he had been so desperate? Come forth, my honest servant, Artichoke.
Enter Artichoke.
Now what's the matter? Some brawl toward, I'll warrant you.
Go get me thy sword bright scoured, thy buckler mended. Oh, for that knave, that villain Daffodil would have done good service. But to thee.
Ay, this is the tricks of all you gentlemen, when you stand in need of a good fellow. Oh, for that Daffodil, oh, where is he? But if you be angry, and it be but for the wagging of a straw, then out-a-doors with the knave, turn the coat over his ears, this is the humour of you all.
Oh, for that knave, that lusty Daffodil.
Why, that is now. Our year's wages and our vails will scarce pay for broken swords and bucklers that we use in our quarrels. But I'll not fight if Daffodil be at t'other side, that's flat.
'Tis no such matter, man. Get weapons ready, and be at London ere the break of day. Watch near the lodging of the Devonshire youth, but be unseen. And as he goes out, as he will go out, and that very early without doubt.
What? Would you have me draw upon him as he goes in the street?
Not for a world, man. Into the fields. For to the field he goes, there to meet the desperate Flowerdale. Take thou the part of Oliver my son, for he shall be my son, and marry Lucy. Doest understand me, knave?
Ay, sir, I do understand you. but my young mistress might be better provided in matching with my fellow Daffodil.
No more. Daffodil is a knave. That Daffodil is a most notorious knave.
Exit Artichoke. Enter Weathercock.
Master Weathercock, you come in happy time. The desperate Flowerdale hath writ a challenge, and who think you must answer it but the Devonshire man, my son Oliver?
Marry, I am sorry for it, good Sir Lancelot, but if you will be ruled by me, we'll stay the fury.
As how, I pray?
Marry, I'll tell you. By promising young Flowerdale the red-lipped Lucy.
I'll rather follow her unto her grave.
Aye, Sir Lancelot, I would have thought so too, but you and I have been deceived in him. Come, read this will or deed, or what you call it, I know not. Come, come, your spectacles, I pray.
Nay, I thank God I see very well.
Marry, bless your eyes, mine hath been dim almost this 30 years.
Ha! What is this? What is this?
Nay, there is true love indeed. He gave it to me but this very morn, and bid me keep it unseen from any one. Good youth, to see how men may be deceived.
Passion of me, what a wretch am I to hate this loving youth. He hath made me, together with my Lucy he loves so dear, executors of all his wealth.
All, good man, he hath given you all.
3 ships now in the straits and homeward bound, 2 lordships of £200 a year, the one in Wales, the other in Gloucestershire. Debts and accounts are £30,000, plate, money, jewels, 16,000 more. 2 housen furnished well in Coleman Street, beside whatsoever his uncle leaves to him, being of great demeans and wealth at Peckham.
How like you this, good knight? How like you this?
I have done him wrong, but now I'll make amends. The Devonshire man shall whistle for a wife. He marry Lucy, Lucy shall be Flowerdale's.
Why, that is friendly said. Let's ride to London and prevent their match by promising your daughter to that lovely lad.
We'll ride to London, or it shall not need. We'll cross to Dudford Strand and take a boat. Where be these knaves? What Artichoke? What fop?
Enter Artichoke.
Here be the very knaves, but not the merry knaves.
Here, take my cloak. I'll have a walk to Deptford.
Sir, we have been scouring of our swords and bucklers in your defence.
Defence may no defence. Let your swords rust. I'll have no fighting. Aye, let blows alone. Bid Delia see all things be in readiness against the wedding. We'll have 2 at once, and that will save charges, Master Weathercock.
Well, we will do it, sir.
Exit Omnes. End of Act 2. Act 3 of The London Prodigal by William Shakespeare. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Act 3, Scene 1. A walk before Sir Lancelot's house. Enter Civet, Francis, and Delia.
By my truth, this is good luck. I thank God for this. In good sooth, I have even my heart's desire. Sister Delia, Now I may boldly call you so, for your father hath frank and freely given me his daughter Frances.
Ay, by my troth, Tom, thou hast my goodwill too, for I thank God I longed for a husband, and would I might never stir, for one his name was Tom.
Why, sister, now you have your wish.
You say very true, Sister Delia, and I prithee call me nothing but Tom, and I'll call thee sweetheart. And Frances, will it not do well, Sister Delia?
It will do very well with both of you.
But, Tom, must I go as I do now when I am married?
No, Frances, I'll have thee go like a citizen in a guarded gown and a French hood.
By my troth, that will be excellent indeed.
Brother, maintain your wife to your estate. Apparel you yourself like to your father, and let her go like to your ancient mother. He sparing got his wealth, left it to you. Brother, take heed of pride, it soon bids swift adieu.
So as my father and my mother went. That's a jest indeed. Why, she went in a fringed gown, a single ruffle and a white cap, and my father in a macata coat, a pair of red satin sleeves, and a canvas back.
And yet his wealth was all as much as yours.
My estate, I thank God, is £40 a year in good leases and tenements, besides 20 mark a year at Cuckoldshaven, and that comes to us all by inheritance.
That may, indeed, 'tis very fitly plied. I know not how it comes, but so it falls out, that those whose fathers have died wondrous rich, and took no pleasure but to gather wealth, thinking of little that they leave behind, for them, they hope, will be of their like mind. But it falls out contrary. 40 years sparing is scarce 7 years spending, never caring what will ensue when all their coin is gone, and all too late, then thrift is sought upon. Oft have I heard that pride and riot kissed, and then repentance cries, for had I wist.
You say well, Sister Delia, you say well, but I mean to live within my bounds. For look you, I have set down my rest thus far, but to maintain my wife in a French hood, and her coach, keep a couple of geldings, and a brace of greyhounds, and this is all I'll do.
And you'll do this with £40 a year?
Ay, and a better penny, sister.
Sister, you forget that at Cuckoldshaven.
By my troth, well remembered, Frances. I'll give thee that to buy thee pins.
Keep you the rest for points. Alas the day! Fools shall have wealth, though all the world say nay. Come, brother, will you in? Dinner stays for us.
Ay, good sister, with all my heart.
Ay, by my troth, Tom, for I have a good stomach.
And I the like, sweet Frances. No, sister, do not think I'll go beyond my bounds.
God grant you may not.
Exit Omnes. Scene 2. London, the street before young Flowerdale's house. Enter young Flowerdale and his father, with foils in their hands.
Sirrah, Kit, tarry thou there. I have spied Sir Launcelot and old Weathercock coming this way. They are hard at hand. I will by no means be spoken withal.
I'll warrant you. Go, get you in.
Enter Launcelot and Weathercock.
Now, my honest friend, thou doest belong to Master Flowerdale.
I do, sir.
Is he within, my good fellow?
No, sir, he is not within.
I prithee, if he be within, let me speak with him.
Sir, to tell you true, my master is within, but indeed would not be spoke withal. There be some terms that stand upon his reputation, therefore he will not admit any conference till he hath shook them off.
I prithee, tell him his very good friend Sir Launcelot Spurcock entreats to speak with him.
By my troth, sir, if you come to take up the matter between my master and the Devonshire man, you do not but beguile your hopes, and lose your labour.
Honest friend, I have not any such thing to him. I come to speak with him about other matters.
For my master, sir, hath set down his resolution, either to redeem his honour or to leave his life behind him.
My friend, I do not know any quarrel touching thy master or any other person. My business is of a different nature to him, and I prithee so tell him.
For howsoever the Devonshire man is, my master's mind is bloody. That's a round O, and therefore, sir, entreat is but vain.
I have no such thing to him, I tell thee once again.
I will then so signify to him.
Exit Father.
Ay, sirrah, I see this matter is hotly carried, but I'll labour to dissuade him from it.
Enter Flowerdale.
Good morrow, Master Flowerdale.
Good morrow, good Sir Launcelot. Good morrow, Master Weathercock. By my troth, gentlemen, I have been a reading over Nick Machiavel. I find him good to be known, not to be followed, a pestilent, humane fellow. I have made certain annotations of him, such as they be. And how is't, Sir Launcelot? Ha? How is't? A mad world. Men cannot live quiet in it.
Master Flowerdale, I do understand there is some jar between the Devonshire man and you.
They, sir? They're as good of friends as can be.
Who? Master Oliver and I? As good friends as can be.
It is a kind of safety in you to deny it, and a generous silence, which too few are endued withal. But, sir, such a thing I hear, and I could wish it otherwise.
No such thing, Sir Launcelot. My reputation, as I am an honest man.
Now I do believe you, then. If you do engage your reputation, there is none.
Nay, I do not engage on reputation, there is not. You shall not bind me to any condition of hardness. But if there be anything between us, then there is. If there be not, then there is not. Be or be not, all is one.
I do perceive by this that there is something between you, and I am very sorry for it.
You may be deceived, Sir Launcelot. The Italian hath a pretty pang. Questo. I have forgot it too. 'Tis out of my head, but in my translation, if told thus, if thou hast a friend, keep him. If a foe, trip him.
Come, I do see by this there is somewhat between you, and before God I could wish it otherwise.
Well, what is between us can hardly be altered. Sir Launcelot, I am to ride forth tomorrow, that way which I must ride. No man must deny me the sun. I would not by any particular man be denied common and general passage. If any one saith, Flowerdale, thou passest not this way, my answer is, I must either on or return. But return is not my word. I must on. If I cannot, then make my way. Nature hath done the last for me, and there's the fine.
Master Flowerdale, every man hath one tongue and 2 ears. Nature, in her building, is a most curious workmaster.
That is as much as to say, a man should hear more than he should speak.
You say true, and indeed I have heard more than at this time I will speak.
You say well.
Slanders are more common than truths, Master Flowerdale, but proof is the rule for both.
You say true. What do you call him hath it there in his 3rd canton?
I have heard you have been wild. I have believed it.
'Twas fit, 'twas necessary.
But I have seen somewhat of late in you that hath confirmed in me an opinion of goodness toward you.
In faith, sir, I am sure I never did you harm. Some good I have done. either to you or yours, I am sure you know not, neither is it my will you should.
Ay, your will, sir.
Ay, my will, sir? 'Sfoot, do you know aught of my will? Begod, and you do, sir. I am abused.
Go, Master Flowerdale. What I know, and know you thus much out of my knowledge, that I truly love you. For my daughter, she's yours. And if you like a marriage better than a brawl, all quirks of reputation set aside, go with me presently, and where you should fight a bloody battle, you shall be married to a lovely lady.
Nay, but Sir Launcelot,
if you will not embrace my offer, yet assure yourself thus much, I will have order to hinder your encounter.
Nay, but hear me, Sir Launcelot.
Nay, stand not you upon imputative honour. 'Tis merely unsound, unprofitable, and idle inferences. Your business is to wed my daughter, therefore give me your present word to do it. I'll go and provide the maid, therefore give me your present resolution, either now or never.
Will you so put me to it?
Ay, afore God, either take me now or take me never, else what I thought should be our match shall be our parting. So fare you well for ever.
Stay, fall out what may fall. My love is above all. I will come.
I expect you, and so fare you well.
Exit Sir Launcelot.
Now, sir, how shall we do for wedding apparel?
By the mass, that's true. Now help Kit. The marriage ended, we'll make amends for all.
Well, no more. Prepare you for your bride. Will not want for clothes whatsoe'er betide.
And thou shalt see, when once I have my dower, in mirth we'll spend full many a merry hour. As for this wench, I not regard a pin. It is her gold must bring my pleasures in.
Exit.
Is't possible he hath his second living, forsaking God, himself to the devil giving? But that I knew his mother firm and chaste, my heart would say my head she had disgraced. Else I would swear he never was my son, but her fair mind so foul a deed did shun.
Enter Uncle.
How now, brother? How do you find your son?
Oh, brother, heedless as a libertine, ever grown a master in the school of vice, one that doth nothing but invent deceit. For all the day he humours up and down, how he the next day might deceive his friend. He thinks of nothing but the present time. For one groat ready down he'll pay a shilling, but then the lender must needs stay for it. When I was young I had the scope of youth, both wild and wanton, careless and desperate. But such made strains as he's possessed withal, I thought it a wonder for to dream upon.
I told you so, but you would not believe it.
Well, I have found it. But one thing comforts me. Brother, tomorrow he's to be married to beauteous Lucy, Sir Launcelot Spurcock's daughter.
Is't possible?
'Tis true, and thus I mean to curb him. This day, brother, I will you shall arrest him. If anything will tame him, it must be that, for he is ranked in mischief, chained to a life that will increase his shame and kill his wife.
What? Arrest him on his wedding day? That were unchristian, and an inhumane part. How many couple even for that very day hath purchased 7 years' sorrow afterward? Forbear him then to-day, do it to-morrow, and this day mingle not his joy with sorrow.
Brother, I'll have it done this very day, and in the view of all, as he comes from church. Do but observe the course that he will take. Upon my life he will forswear the debt, and for we'll have the sum shall not be slight, say that he owes you near 3,000 pound. Good brother, let it be done immediately.
Well, seeing you will have it so, brother, I'll do it. and straight provide the sheriff.
So, brother, by this means shall we perceive what Sir Launcelot in this pinch will do, and how his wife doth stand affected to him. Her love will then be tried to the uttermost, and all the rest of them. Brother, what I will do shall harm him much, and much avail him too.
Exit. Scene 3. A high road near London. Enter Oliver, afterwards Sir Arthur Greenshood.
Jam assured Dick be the place that the scoundrel appointed to meet me. If I come, so. If I come not, so. And if I arise, he should make a coistrel on us, ch'd vees him, and ch'd vang him in hand, she would hoist him, and give it to again, so ch'd. Who been there? Sir Arthur, shall stay aside.
I have dogged the Devonshire man into the field for fear of any harm that should befall him. I had an inkling of that yesternight, that Flowerdale and he should meet this morning, though, of my soul, Oliver fears him not. Yet, for I'd see fair play on either side, made me come to see their valours tried. Good morrow to Master Oliver.
God and good morrow.
What, Master Oliver, are you angry?
Why'n it be tit and grieving you?
Not me at all, sir. But I imagine by your being here thus armed, you stay for some that you should fight withal.
Why, and he do. Che would not desire you to take his part.
No, by my troth I think you need it not. For he you look for, I think means not to come.
No, and she war assured that she'd avise him in another place.
Enter Daffodil.
Oh, Sir Arthur, Master Oliver, ay me. Your love, and yours, and mine, sweet Mistress Lucy, this morn is married to young Flowerdale.
Married? To Flowerdale? 'Tis impossible.
Married, man, je hope thou dost but jest, to make an overlouting merriment of it.
Oh, 'tis too true. Here comes his uncle.
Enter Flowerdale, Sheriff, officers.
Good morrow, Sir Arthur. Good morrow, Master Oliver.
Good morn, Master Flowerdale. I pray you tellin us, is your scoundrel kinsman married?
Master Oliver, call him what you will, but he is married to Sir Launcelot's daughter here.
Unto her?
Aye, the old yellow zarved me thick trick. Why, man, he was a promise. Cha chud a had her. Is a sich a fox? Cha look to his water. Cha for him.
The music plays. They are coming from the church. Sheriff, do your office. Fellows, stand stoutly to it.
Enter all to the wedding.
God give you joy, as the old Zaid proverb is, and some sorrow among. You met us well, did you not?
Nay, be not angry, sir. The fault is in me. I have done all the wrong. Keep him from coming to the field to you, as I might, sir, for I am a justice, and sworn to keep the peace.
Ay, marry he is, sir, a very justice, and sworn to keep the peace. You must not disturb the wedding.
Nay, never frown nor storm, sir. If you do, I'll have an order taken for you.
Well, she'll be quiet.
Master Flowerdale, Sir Launcelot, look you who is here. Master Flowerdale.
Master Flowerdale, welcome with all my heart.
Uncle, this is she, in faith, Master Under-Sheriff. Arrest me. At whose suit? Draw, Kit.
At my suit, sir.
Why, what's the matter, Master Flowerdale?
This is the matter, sir. This unthrift here hath cozened you, and hath had of me, in several sums, 3,000 pound.
Why, uncle, uncle.
Cousin, you have uncled me, and if you will not stayed, you'll provide a cozener unto all who know you.
Why, sir, suppose he be to you in debt 10,000 pound, his state to me appears to be at least 3,000 a year.
Oh, sir, I was too late informed of that plot, how that he went about to cozen you, and formed a will, and sent it to your good friend here, Master Weathercock, in which was nothing true but brags and lies.
Ah, hath he not such lordships, lands, and ships?
Not worth a groat, not worth a halfpenny, he.
I pray tell us true, be plain, young Flowerdale.
My uncle here's mad, and disposed to do my wrong. But here's my man, an honest fellow, by the Lord, and of good credit, knows all is true.
Not I, sir. I'm too old to lie. I rather know you forged a will, where every line you writ you studied where to coat your lands might lie.
And I prithee, where be they, honest friend?
Faith, nowhere, sir, for he hath none at all.
Benedicite, we are all wretched, I believe.
I am cozened, and my hopefulst child undone.
You are not cozened, nor is she undone. They slander me. By this light they slander me. Look you, my uncle here's an usurer, and would undo me. But I'll stand in law. Do you but bail me, you shall do no more. You, Brother Civet, and Master Weathercock, do but bail me. Let me have my marriage money paid me, and we'll ride down, and there your own eyes shall see how my poor tenants there will welcome me. You shall but bail me, you shall do no more, and, you greedy gnat, their bail will serve.
Aye, sir, I'll ask no better bail.
No, sir, you shall not take my bail, nor his, nor my son Civet's. I'll not deal with him. Let's uncle make false dice with his false bones. I will not have to do with him, mocked, gulled, and wronged. Come, girl, though it be late, it falls out well. Thou shalt not live with him in beggar's hell.
He is my husband, and high heaven doth know with what unwillingness I went to church. But you enforced me, you compelled me to it. The holy churchman pronounced these words but now. I must not leave my husband in distress. Now I must comfort him, not go with you.
Comfort a cozener? On my curse forsake him.
This day you caused me on your curse to take him. Do not, I pray, my grieved soul oppress. God knows my heart doth bleed at his distress.
Oh, Master Weathercock, I must confess I forced her to this match. Led with opinion, his false will was true.
Aye, he happened reach me too.
She might have lived like Delia in a happy virgin's state.
Father, be patient. Sorrow comes too late.
And on her knees she begged and did entreat. If she must needs taste a sad marriage life, she craved to be Sir Arthur Greenshood's wife.
You have done her, and me, the greater wrong.
Oh, take her yet.
Not I.
Or, Master Oliver, accept my child, and half my wealth is yours.
No, sir, she'll break no laws.
Never fear, she will not trouble you.
Yet, sister, in this passion, do not run headlong to confusion. You may affect him, though not follow him.
Do, sister. Hang him. Let him go.
Do, Faith. Mistress Lucy, leave him.
You three are gross fools. Let me alone. I swear I'll live with him in all his moan.
But an he have his legs at liberty, Jamavier he will never live with you.
Aye, but now he is in huckster's handling for running away.
Huswife, you hear how you and I am wronged, and if you will redress it yet you may, But if you stand on terms to follow him, never come near my sight, nor look on me. Call me not father, look not for a groat, for all thy portion I will this day give unto thy sister Frances.
How say you to that, Tom? I shall have a good deal. Besides, I'll be a good wife, and a good wife is a good thing, I can tell.
Peace, Francis, I would be sorry to see thy sister cast away, as I am a gentleman.
What, are you yet resolved?
Yes, I am resolved.
Come then away, or now or never come.
This way I turn, go you unto your feast, and I to weep that I am with grief oppressed.
For ever fly my sight. Come, gentlemen, let's in. I'll help you to far better wives than her. Delia, upon my blessing talk not to her. Base baggage, in such haste to beggary.
Sheriff, take your prisoner to your charge.
Uncle, begod, you have used me very hardly, by my troth, upon my wedding day.
Exit all but Lucy, young Flowerdale, his father, uncle, sheriff, and officers.
O Master Flowerdale, hear me but speak. Stay but a little while, good Master Sheriff. If not for him, for my sake pity him. Good sir, stop not your ears at my complaint. My voice grows weak, for women's words are faint.
Look you, uncle, she kneels to you.
Fair maid, for you, I love you with my heart, and grieve, sweet soul, thy fortune is so bad, that thou shouldst match with such a graceless youth. Go to thy father. Think not upon him whom hell hath marked to be the son of shame.
Impute his wildness, sir, unto his youth, and think that now is the time he doth repent. Alas, what good or gain can you receive to imprison him that nothing hath to pay? And where naught is, the king doth lose his due. O pity him, and God shall pity you.
Lady, I know his humours all too well, and nothing in the world can do him good, but misery itself to chain him with.
Say that your debts were paid, then he is free?
Ay, virgin, that being answered, I have done. But to him, that is all as impossible as I to scale the high pyramids. Sheriff, take your prisoner. Maiden, fare thee well.
Oh, go not yet, good Master Flowerdale. Take my word for the debt, my word, my bond.
Ay, by God, uncle, and my bond too.
Alas, I ne'er ought nothing but I paid it, and I can work. Alas, he can do nothing. I have some friends perhaps will pity me, his chieftest friends do seek his misery. All that I can, or beg, get, or receive, shall be for you. Oh, do not turn away, methinks, within a face so reverent, so well experienced in this tottering world, should have some feeling of a maiden's grief. For my sake, his father's, and your brother's sake, I, for your soul's sake that doth hope for joy, pity my state, do not two souls destroy.
Fair maid, stand up, not in regard of him, but in pity of thy hapless choice. I do release him. Master Sheriff, I thank you, and officers, there is for you to drink. Here, maid, take this money. There is 100 angels, and for I will be sure he shall not have it. Here, Kester, take it you, and use it sparingly, but let not her have any want at all. Dry your eyes, niece. Do not too much lament for him, whose life hath been in riot spent. If well he useth thee, he gets him friends. If ill, a shameful end on him depends.
Exit uncle.
Plague go with you for an old fornicator. Come, Kit, the money. Come, honest Kit.
Nay, by my faith, sir, you shall pardon me.
And why, sir, pardon you? Give me the money, you old rascal, or I shall make you.
Pray, hold your hands. Give it him, honest friend.
If you be so content, with all my heart.
Content, sir. 'Sblood, she shall be content, whether she will or no. a rattle baby come to follow me. Go, get you gone to the greasy chuff, your father. Bring me your dowry, or never look on me.
Sir, she hath forsook her father and all her friends for you.
Hang thee, her friends and father altogether.
Yet part with something to provide her lodging.
Yes, I mean to part with her and you. But if I part with one angel, hang me at a post. I'll rather throw them at a cast at dice, as I have done 1,000 of their fellows.
Nay, then, I will be plain, degenerate boy. Thou hadst a father would have been ashamed.
My father was an ass, an old ass.
Thy father? Proud, licentious villain! What, are you at your foils? I'll foil with you.
Good sir, forbear him.
Did not this whining woman hang on me, I'd teach thee what it was to abuse thy father. Go, hang, beg, starve, dice, game, then when all is gone, thou mayest after despair and hang thyself.
Oh, do not curse him.
I do not curse him, and to pray for him were vain. Grieves me that he bears his father's name.
Well, you old rascal, I shall meet with you. Sirrah, get you gone. I will not strip the livery over your ears, because you paid for it. But do not use my name, sirrah. Do you hear? Look, you do not use my name. You were best.
Pay me the £20, then, that I lent you, or give me security when I may have it.
I'll pay thee not a penny, and for security I'll give thee none. Minkins, look you do not follow me. Look you do not. If you do, beggar, I shall slit your nose.
Alas, what shall I do?
Why, turn whose, that's a good trade, and so perhaps I'll see thee now and then.
Exit Flowerdale.
Alas the day that ever I was born.
Sweet mistress, do not weep. I'll stick to you.
Alas, my friend, I know not what to do. My father and my friends, they have despised me. And I, a wretched maid thus cast away, knows neither where to go nor what to say.
It grieves me at the soul to see her tears thus stain the crimson roses of her cheeks. Lady, take comfort. Do not mourn in vain. I have a little living in this town, which I think comes to £100. All that and more shall be at your dispose. I'll straight go help you to some strange disguise, and place you in a service in this town, where you shall know all, yet yourself be unknown. Come, grieve no more, where no help can be had. Weep not for him that is more worse than bad.
I thank you, sir.
Exeunt. End of Act 3. Act 4 of The London Prodigal by William Shakespeare. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Act 4. Scene 1. A room in Sir Lancelot Spurcock's house in Kent. Enter Sir Lancelot, Master Weathercock, and them.
Well, Jabin served many a slattish trick, but such a larry poop as thick ye was never served.
Son Sibbet, daughter Frances, bear with me. You see how I am pressed down with inward grief about that luckless girl, your sister Lucy. But 'tis fallen out with me, as with many families beside. They are most unhappy that are most beloved.
Father, 'tis so. 'Tis even fallen out so. But what remedy? Set hand to your heart, and let it pass. Here is your daughter Frances and I, and we'll not say we'll bring forth as witty children, but as pretty children as ever she was, though she had the prick and praise for a pretty wench. But, father, done is the mouse. You'll come?
Aye, son Sibbet, I'll come.
And you, Master Oliver?
Aye, for she have vexed out of this feast. She'll see if again make a better feast there.
And you, Sir Arthur?
Aye, sir. Although my heart be full, I'll be a partner at your wedding feast.
And welcome all indeed, and welcome. Come, Francis, are you ready?
Jesu, how hasty these husbands are. I pray, Father, pray to God to bless me.
God bless thee, and I do. God make thee wise. Send you both joy. I wish it with wet eyes.
But, Father, shall not my sister Delia go along with us? She is excellent good at cookery and such things.
Yes, Mary, shall she? Delia, make you ready.
I am ready, sir. I will first go to Greenwich, from thence to my cousin Chesterfield's, and so to London.
It shall suffice, good sister Delia, it shall suffice. But fail us not, good sister. Give order to cooks and others, for I would not have my sweet Frances to soil her fingers.
No, by my troth, not I. A gentlewoman, and a married gentlewoman too, to be companions to cooks and kitchen boys, not I. Why, faith, I scorn that.
Why, I do not mean thou shalt, sweetheart. Thou seest I do not go about it. Well, farewell to you. God's pity, Master Weathercock, we shall have your company too.
With all my heart, for I love good cheer.
Well, God be with you all. Come, Francis.
God be with you, Father. God be with you, Sir Arthur, Master Oliver, and Master Weathercock. Sister, God be with you all. God be with you, Father. God be with you, every one.
Exeunt Civet and Francis.
Why, how now, Sir Arthur? All a mort. Master Oliver, how now, man? Cheerily, Sir Lancelot, and merrily say, who can hold that will away?
Ay, she is gone indeed, poor girl, undone. But when they'll be self-willed, children must smart.
But, sir, that she is wronged, you are the chiefest cause. Therefore 'tis reason you redress her wrong.
Indeed you must, Sir Lancelot, you must.
Must? Who can compel me, Master Weathercock? I hope I may do what I list.
I grant you may do what you list.
Nay, but an you be well advising, if it were not good by this vrampleness and vrowardness, to cast away a pretty a dowsabel as any should chance to see in a summer's day. So tell you what shall do, to go spy up and down the town, and see if I can hear any tale or tidings of her, and take her away from Thicka myself, for cham assured he'll but bring her to the spoil. And so, very well, we shall meet at your son Civet's.
I thank you, sir. I take it very kindly.
To find her out I'll spend my dearest blood. So well I loved her to effect her good.
Exit both.
Oh, Master Weathercock, what hap had I to force my daughter from Master Oliver and this good knight to one that hath no goodness in his thought?
Ill luck, but what remedy?
Yes, I have almost devised a remedy. Young Flowerdale is sure a prisoner.
Sure? Nothing more sure.
And yet, perhaps, his uncle hath released him.
It may be very like, no doubt he hath.
Well, if he be in prison, I'll have warrants to tatch my daughter till the law be tried, for I will sue him upon cozenage.
Marry you may, and overthrow him too.
Nay, that's not so. I may chance be soft, and sentence passed with him.
Believe me, so he may, therefore take heed.
Well, howsoever, yet I will have warrants, in prison or at liberty, all's one. You will help to serve them, Master Weathercock?
Exit Omnes. Scene 2. A street in London. Enter Flowerdale.
A plague of the devil! The devil take the dice and the devil and his dam go together. Of all my 100 golden angels, I have not left me one denier. A pox have come a 5. What shall I do? I can borrow no more of my credit. There's not any of my acquaintance, man nor boy, but I have borrowed more or less off. I would I knew where to take a good purse, and go clear away by this light. I'll venture for it. God's lid. My sister Delia. I'll rob her by this hand.
Enter Delia and Artichoke.
I prithee, Artichoke, go not so fast. The weather is hot, and I am something weary.
Nay, I warrant you, Mistress Delia, I'll not tire you with leading. We'll go in extreme moderate pace.
Stand. Deliver your purse.
Oh, Lord. Thieves! Thieves!
Exit Artichoke.
Come, your purse, lady, your purse.
That voice I have heard often before this time. What? Brother Flowerdale become a thief?
Aye, a plague on it. I thank your father. But, sister, come, your money, come. What, the world must find me. I am born to live. 'Tis not a sin to steal, when none will give.
O God, is all grace banished from thy heart? Think of the shame that doth attend this fact.
Shame me no shame. Come, give me your purse. I'll bind you, sister, lest I fare the worse.
No, bind me not. Hold. There is all I have, and would that money would redeem thy shame.
Enter Oliver, Sir Arthur, and Artichoke.
Thieves! Thieves! Thieves!
Thieves? Where, man? Why, how now, Mistress Delia? Are you like to been robbed?
No, Master Oliver, this Master Flowerdale, he did but jest with me.
How, Flowerdale, that scoundrel? Sirrah, you meeten us well. Ving thee that.
Well, sir, I'll not meddle with you, because I have a charge.
Here, Brother Flowerdale, I lend you this same money.
I thank you, sister.
I wad you split, and you let the measle have a penny. But since you cannot keep it, I'll keep it myself.
'Tis a pity to relieve him in this sort, who makes a triumphant life his daily sport.
Brother, you see how all men censure you. Farewell, and I pray God amend your life.
Come, she'll bring you along, and you're safe enough from 20 such scoundrels as Stickowen is. Farewell and be hanged, Sirrah, as I think so thou wilt be shortly. Come, Sir Arthur.
Exit all but Flowerdale.
A plague go with you for a carsey rascal. This Devonshire man, I think, is made all of pork. His hands made only for to heave up packs. His heart as fat and big as his face, is differing far from all brave, gallant minds, as I to serve the hogs, and drink with hinds, as I am very near now. Well, what remedy, when money means, and friends do grow so small? Then farewell, life, and there's an end of all.
Exit. Scene 3. Another street, before Civet's house. Enter Father, Lucy like a Dutch frau, Civet, and his wife, Mistress Frances.
By my troth, God a mercy for this good Christopher, I thank thee for my maid, I like her very well. How doest thou like her, Frances?
In good sadness, Tom. Very well, excellent well. She speaks so prettily. I pray, what's your name?
My name forsooth be called Tannikin.
By my troth, a fine name. O Tannikin, you are excellent for dressing one's head in a new fashion.
Me shall do everything about the head.
What countrywoman is she, Kester?
A Dutch woman, sir.
Why, then she is outlandish, is she not?
Ay, sir, she is.
Oh, then thou canst tell how to help me to cheeks and ears?
Yes, mistress, very well.
Cheeks and ears? Why, Mistress Frances, want you cheeks and ears? Methinks you have very fair ones.
Thou art a fool indeed. Tom, thou knowest what I mean.
Ay, Kester, 'tis such as they wear o' the heads. I prithee, Kit, have her in and show her my house.
I will, sir. Come, Tannikin.
Oh, Tom, you have not bussed me today, Tom.
No, Francis, we must not kiss afore folks. God save me, Francis.
Enter Delia and Artichoke.
See yonder, my sister Delia is come. Welcome, good sister.
Welcome, good sister. How do you like the tiara of my head?
Very well, sister.
I am glad you're come, Sister Delia, to give order for supper. They will be here soon.
Ay, but if good luck had not served, she had not been here now. Filching Flowerdale had like to peppered us. But for Master Oliver, we had been robbed.
Peace, Sarah, no more.
Robbed? By whom?
Marry, by none but Flowerdale. He's turned thief.
By my faith, but that is not well. But God be praised for your escape. Will you draw near, sister?
Sirrah, come hither. Would Flowerdale, he that was my master, robbed you? I prithee, tell me true.
Yes, i'faith, even that Flowerdale that was thy master.
Hold thee. There is a French crown, and speak no more of this.
Not I, not a word. How do I smell knavery? In every purse Flowerdale takes, he is half, and gives me this to keep counsel. No, not a word, I.
Why, God a mercy.
Sister, look here, I have a new Dutch maid, and she speaks so fine. It would do your heart good.
How do you like her, sister?
I like your maid well.
Well, dear sister, will you draw near and give directions for supper? Guests will be here presently.
Yes, brother, lead the way. I'll follow you.
Exit all but Delia and Lucy.
Hark you, Dutch Frau, a word.
What is your will with me?
Sister Lucy, 'tis not your broken language, nor this same habit, can disguise your face from that I know you. Pray tell me, what means this?
Sister, I see you know me, yet be secret. This borrowed shape that I have ta'en upon me is but to keep myself a space unknown, both from my father and my nearest friends, until I see how time will bring to pass the desperate course of Master Flowerdale.
Oh, he is worse than bad. I prithee leave him, and let not once thy heart to think on him.
Do not persuade me once to such a thought. Imagine yet that he is worse than naught. Yet 1 hour's time may all that ill undo that all his former life did run into. Therefore, kind sister, do not disclose my estate. If ere his heart doth turn, is ne'er too late.
Well, seeing no counsel can remove your mind, I'll not disclose you that are wilful blind.
Delia, I thank you. I now must please her eyes, my sister Frances, neither fair nor wise.
Exit Omnes. End of Act 4. Act 5 of The London Prodigal by William Shakespeare. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Act 5. Scene 1. Scene before Civet's house. Enter Flowerdale, solus.
On goes he that knows no end of his journey. I have passed the very utmost bounds of shifting. I have no course now but to hang myself. I have lived since yesterday 2 o'clock. Of a spice cake I had at a burial, and for drink I got it at an alehouse among porters, such as will bear out a man, if he have no money indeed. I mean out of their companies, for they are men of good carriage. Who comes here? The 2 coney catchers that won all my money of me? I'll try if they'll lend me any.
Enter Dick and Rafe.
What, Master Richard? How do you? How doest thou, Rafe? By God, gentlemen, the world grows bare with me. Will you do as much as lend me an angel between you both? You know you won 100 of me the other day.
How? An angel? God damn us if we lost not every penny within an hour after thou wert gone.
I prithee lend me so much as will pay for my supper. I'll pay you again, as I am a gentleman.
I'faith, we have not a farthing, not a mite. I wonder at it, Master Flowerdale, you will so carelessly undo yourself. Why, you will lose more money in an hour than any honest man spend in a year. For shame, betake you to some honest trade, and live not thus so like a vagabond.
Exit both.
A vagabond indeed. More villains you. They give me counsel that first cozened me. Those devils first brought me to this I am. And being thus, the first that do me wrong, well, yet I have one friend left in store. Not far from hence there dwells a cockatrice, one that I first put in a satin gown, and not a tooth that dwells within her head, but stands me at the least in 20 pound. Her will I visit now my coin is gone, and as I take it, here dwells the gentlewoman. What ho! Is Mistress Apricot within?
Enter Ruffian.
What saucy rascal is that which knocks so boldly? Oh, is it you? Old spendthrift, are you here? One that is turned cozener about this town. My mistress saw you and sends this word by me. Either be packing quickly from the door, or you shall have such a greeting sent you straight as you will little lack on. You had best be gone.
Why so? This is as it should be, being poor. Thus art thou served by a vile, painted whore. Well, since thy damned crew do so abuse thee, I'll try of honest men how they will use me.
Enter an ancient citizen.
Sir, I beseech you to take compassion of a man, one whose fortunes have been better than at this instant they seem to be. But if I might crave of you some such little portion as would bring me to my friends, I should rest thankful till I had requited so great a courtesy.
Fie, young man, this course is very bad. Too many such have we about this city. Yet, for I have not seen you in this sort, nor noted you to be a common beggar. Hold, there's an angel to bear your charges down. Go to your friends, do not on this depend. Such bad beginnings oft have worser ends.
Exit citizen.
Worser ends? Nay, if it fall out no worse than in old angels, I care not. Nay, now I have had such a fortunate beginning, I'll not let a sixpenny purse escape me. By the mass, here comes another.
Enter a citizen's wife with a torch before her.
God bless you, fair mistress. Now would it please you, gentlewoman, to look into the wants of a poor gentleman, a younger brother, I doubt not, but God will trouble restore it back again, one that never before this time demanded penny, halfpenny, nor farthing.
Stay, Alexander. Now, by my troth, a very proper man, and 'tis great pity. Hold, my friend, there's all the money I have about me, a couple of shillings, and God bless thee.
Now, God thank you, sweet lady, if you have any friend or garden house where you may employ a poor gentleman as your friend, I am yours to command in all secret service.
I thank you, good friend. I prithee let me see that again I gave thee. There is one of them a brass shilling. Give me them, and here is half a crown in gold.
He gives it her.
Now out upon thee, rascal. Secret service, what doest thou make of me? It were a good deed to have thee whipped. Now I have my money again, I'll see thee hanged before I give thee a penny. Secret service. On, good Alexander.
Exit both.
This is villainous luck. I perceive dishonesty will not thrive. Here comes more. God forgive me, Sir Arthur and Master Oliver. For God I'll speak to them.
Enter Sir Arthur and Mr. Oliver.
God save you, Sir Arthur. God save you, Master Oliver.
Bine you there, sirrah? Come, will you be taking yourself to your tools, coistrel?
Nay, Master Oliver, I'll not fight with you. Alas, sir, you know it was not my doings. It was only a plot to get Sir Launcelot's daughter. By God, I never meant you harm.
And whore is the gentlewoman thy wife, Mizelle? What is she, sirrah, ha?
By my troth, Master Oliver, sick, very sick, and God is my judge. I know not what means to make for her, good gentlewoman.
Tell me true. Is she sick? Tell me true. Ich weiß thee.
Yes, faith, I tell you true, Master Oliver. If you would do me the small kindness, but to lend me 40 shillings, so God help me, I will pay you so soon as my ability shall make me able, as I am a gentleman.
Well, thou sayest thy wife is sick? Hold, there's 40 shillings. Give it to thy wife. Look, thou give it to her, or I shall so vease thee. Thou wert not so veased this 7 year. Look to it.
In faith, Master Oliver, it is in vain to give to him that never thinks of her.
Well, would she could he find it?
I tell you true, Sir Arthur, as I am a gentleman.
Very well, sirrah. Come, Sir Arthur.
Exit both.
By the Lord, this is excellent. 5 golden angels compassed in an hour. If this trade hold, I'll never seek anew. Welcome, sweet gold, and beggary, adieu.
Enter uncle and father.
See, Castor, if you can find the house.
Who's here? My uncle and my man Kester? By the mass, 'tis they. How do you, uncle? How dost thou, Kester? By my troth, uncle, you must needs lend me some money. The poor gentlewoman, my wife, so God help me, is very sick. I was robbed of the 100 angels you gave me. They are gone.
Aye, they are gone indeed. Come, Castor, away.
Nay, uncle, do you hear, good uncle?
Out, hypocrite, I will not hear thee speak. Come, leave him, Castor.
Kester, honest Kester.
Sir, I have naught to say to you. Open the door, Tannikin. Thou wouldst best lock it fast, for there's a false knave without.
You're an old lying rascal, so you are.
Exit both. Enter Lucy.
What is the matter? What be you, Jonker?
By this light, a Dutch Frau. They say they are called kind. By this light, I'll try her.
What bin you, Jonker? Why do you not speak?
By my troth, sweetheart, a poor gentleman that would desire of you, if it would stand with your liking, the bounty of your purse.
Enter father.
Oh, hear God, so young and Armine.
Armine, sweetheart, I know not what you mean by that, but I am almost a beggar.
Are you not a married man? Where bin your wife? Here is all I have. Take this.
What? Gold, young Frau? This is brave.
If he have any grace, he'll now repent.
Why speak you not? Where be your wife?
Dead, dead, she's dead. 'Tis she hath undone me, spent me all I had, and kept rascals under my nose to brave me.
Did you use her well?
Use her? There's never a gentlewoman in England could be better used than I did her. I could but coach her. Her diet stood me in £40 a month. But she is dead, and in her grave my care are buried.
Indeed, that was not scone.
He is turned more devil than he was before.
Thou doest belong to Master Civet here? Doest thou not?
Yes, me do.
Why, there's it. There's not a handful of plate but belongs to me. God's my judge. If I had but such a wench as thou art, there's never a man in England would make more of her than I would do, so she had any stock.
They call within. Oh, why, Tannikin.
Stay, one doth call. I shall come by and by again.
By this hand, this Dutch wench is in love with me. Were it not admirable to make her steal all Civet's plate and run away?
'Twere beastly. Oh, Master Flowerdale, have you no fear of God nor conscience? What do you mean by this wild course you take?
What do I mean? Why, to live, that I mean.
To live in this sort? Fie upon that course. Your life doth show you are a very coward.
A coward? I pray in what?
Why, you will borrow 6 pence of a boy.
Snails! Is there such cowardice in that? I dare borrow it of a man. Ay, and of the tallest man in England, if he will lend it me. Let me borrow how I can, and let them come by it how they dare. And it is well known, I might ha' rid out 100 times, if I would, so I might.
It was not want of will, but cowardice. There is none that lends to you but know they gain, and what is that but only stealth in you? Delia might hang you now, did not her heart take pity on you for her sister's sake. Go, get you hence, lest lingering where you stay you fall into their hands you look not for.
I'll tarry here till the Dutch Frau comes, if all the devils in hell were here.
Exit Father. Enter Sir Lancelot, Master Weathercock, and Artichoke.
Where is the door? Are we not past it, Artichoke?
Bithmas, here's one. I'll ask him. Do you hear, sir? What, are you so proud? Do you hear? Which is the way to Master Civet's house? What, will you not speak? Oh me, this is filching Flowerdale.
Oh, wonderful! Is this lewd villain here? Oh, you cheating rogue, you cut-purse corner-catcher! What ditch, you villain, is my daughter's grave? A cozening rascal that must make a will, take on him that strict habit, very that, when he should turn to angel, a dying grace. I'll father-in-law you, sir, I'll make a will. Speak, villain, where's my daughter? Poisoned, I warrant you, or knocked o' the head, and to abuse good Master Weathercock with his forged will, and Master Weathercock to make my grounded resolution than to abuse the Devonshire gentleman. Go, away with him to prison.
Wherefore to prison? Sir, I will not go.
Enter Master Civet, his wife, Oliver, Sir Arthur, father, and uncle, Delia.
Oh, here's his uncle. Welcome, gentlemen, welcome all. Such a cozener, gentlemen, a murderer, too, for anything I know. My daughter is missing, hath been looked for, cannot be found. Avilled upon thee.
He is my kinsman, though his life be wild. Therefore, in God's name, do with him what you will.
Mary, to prison.
Wherefore to prison? Snick up, I owe you nothing.
Bring forth my daughter, then. Away with him.
Go seek your daughter. What do you lay to my charge?
Suspicion of murder. Go, away with him.
Murder? dogs, I murder your daughter. Come, uncle, I know you'll bail me.
Not I. Were there no more than I the jailer, thou the prisoner.
Go, away with him.
Enter Lucy like a frau.
Oh, my life, here, where will you ha de man? Wat hat de jonker done?
Woman, he hath killed his wife.
His wife, dat is not good, dat is not seen.
Hang not upon him, huswife. If you do, I'll lay you by him.
Have me no oder way den you have him. He tell me dat he love me heartily.
Lead away my maid to prison. Why, Tom, will you suffer that?
No, by your leave, father, she is no vagrant. She is my wife's chambermaid, and as true as the skin between any man's brows here.
Go to, you're both fools. Some civet of my life, this is a plot. Some straggling counterfeit preferred to you, no doubt to rob you of your plate and jewels. I'll have you led away to prison, trull.
I am no trull, neither outlandish frau, nor he nor I shall to the prison go. Know you me now? Nay, never stand amazed. Father, I know I have offended you, and though that duty wills me bend my knees to you in duty and obedience, yet this ways do I turn, and to him yield my love, my duty, and my humbleness.
Bastard in nature! Kneel to such a slave!
O Master Flowerdale, if too much grief have not stopped up the organs of your voice, then speak to her that is thy faithful wife. Or doth contempt of me thus tie thy tongue? Turn not away, I am no Ethiop, no wanton Cressida, nor a changing Helen, but rather one made wretched by thy loss. What, turn'st thou still from me? Oh, then I guess thee woefulest among hapless men.
I am indeed, wife, wonder among wives. Thy chastity and virtue hath infused another soul in me, red with defame, for in my blushing cheeks is seen my shame.
Out, hypocrite! I charge thee, trust him not.
Not trust him? By the hopes of after bliss, I know no sorrow can be compared to his.
Well, since thou wert ordained to beggary, follow thy fortune. I defy thee, I.
He would she were so well doused as was ever white-clothed a talking mill, and she ha not made me weep.
If he hath any grace, he'll now repent.
It moves my heart.
By my troth, I must weep. I cannot choose.
None but a beast would such a maid misuse.
Content thyself. I hope to win his favour, and to redeem my reputation lost. And, gentlemen, believe me, I beseech you, I hope your eyes shall behold such change as shall deceive your expectation.
I would she were ye split now, but she believe him.
How, believe him?
By the Mackins I do.
What, do you think that e'er he will have grace?
By my faith, it will go hard.
Well, for ye, he is changed, and Master Flowerdale, and hope you've been so. Hold, there's £40 towards your setting up. What, be not ashamed? Vang it, man, vang it. Be a good husband, loving your wife, and you shall not want for 40 more, I chivor thee.
My means are little, but if you'll follow me, I will instruct you my ablest power. But to your wife I give this diamond, and prove true diamond fair in all your life.
Thanks, good Sir Arthur, Master Oliver, you being my enemy and grown so kind, binds me in all endeavour to restore.
What? Restore me no restorings, man. I have £40 more for Lucy here, vang it. Zuth, chill de vie London else. What, do not think me a measle or a scoundrel to throw away my money. She have £100 more to pace of any good spotation. I hope your father and your uncle here will follow my examples.
You have guessed right of me. If he leave of this course of life, he shall be mine heir.
But he shall never get a groat of me. a cozener, a deceiver, one that killed his painful father, honest gentleman, that passed the fearful danger of the sea to get him living and maintain him brave.
What, hath he killed his father?
Ay, sir, with conceit of his wild courses.
Sir, you are misinformed.
Why, thou old knave, thou toldst me so thyself.
I wronged him then, and toward my master's stock there's 20 nobles for to make amends.
No, Kester, I have troubled thee, and wronged thee more. What thou in love gives, I in love restore.
Ha ha, sister. There you played Bo Peep with Tom. What shall I give her toward household? Sister Delilah, shall I give her my fan?
You were best ask your husband.
Shall I, Tom?
I do, Francis. I'll buy thee a new one, with a longer handle.
A russet one, Tom.
Ay, with russet feathers.
Here, sister, there's my fan toward household, to keep you warm.
I thank you, sister.
Why, this is well. And towards fair Lucy's stock, here's 40 shillings. And 40 shillings more I'll give her, marry. Come, Sir Lancelot, I must have you friends.
Not I. All this is counterfeit. He will consume it were it 1,000,000.
Sir, what is your daughter's dower worth?
Had she been married to an honest man, it had been better than 1,000 pound.
Pay it him, and I'll give you my bond, to make her jointer better worth than 3.
Your bond, sir? Why, what are you?
One whose word in London, though I say it, will pass for as much as yours.
Wert not thou late that unthrift's serving man?
Look on me better, now my scar is off. Ne'er muse, man, at this metamorphosis.
Master Flowerdale!
My father, oh, I shame to look on him. Pardon, dear father, the follies that are past.
Son, I do, and joy at this thy change, and applaud thy fortune in this virtuous maid, whom heaven hath sent to thee to save thy soul.
This addeth joy to joy. High heaven be praised.
I caused that rumour to be spread myself, because I'd see the humours of my son, which to relate the circumstance is needless. And, sirrah, see you run no more into that same disease. For he that's once cured of that malady, of riot, swearing, drunkenness, and pride, and falls again into the like distress, that fever is deadly, doth till death endure. Such men die mad as of a calenture.
Heaven helping me, I'll hate the course as hell.
Say it and do it, cousin. All is well.
Well, being in hope you'll prove an honest man, I take you to my favour. Brother Flowerdale, welcome with all my heart. I see your care hath brought these acts to this conclusion, and I am glad of it. Come, let's in and feast.
Nay, oft your while, you promised to make Sir Arthur and me amends. Here is your wisest daughter. See which ends she'll have.
A God's name, you have my goodwill. Get hers.
How say you then, damsel, tight as hate?
I, sir, am yours.
Why then, send for a vicar, and she'll have it dispatched in a trice or chill.
Pardon me, sir. I mean I am yours, in love, in duty, and affection, but not to love as wife. Shall never be said Delia was buried married, but a maid.
Do not condemn yourself forever, virtuous fair. You were born to love.
Well, you say true, Sir Arthur. She were beard to it so well as her mother, but I pray you show us some examples or reasons why you will not marry.
Not that I do condemn a married life, for 'tis no doubt a sanctimonious thing, but for the care and crosses of a wife, the trouble in that world that children bring. My vow is in heaven, in earth to live alone. Husbands, howsoever good, I will have none.
Why, then she will live bachelor too. She set not a vig by a wife, if a wife set not a vig by me. Come, shall's go to dinner?
Tomorrow I crave your companies in Mark Lane. Tonight we'll frolic in Master Civet's house, and to each health drink down a full carouse.
Finis. End of Act 5. End of The London Prodigal by William Shakespeare.